Hey, and welcome Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and also Venus. I'm going to be doing your 2021 forecast reading. By the way, my name is Mystic Yasmin, and I'm going to be bringing in some fluid energy. Before I start, I do want to clear the energy in the space real quick. So, give me myself. All right. So, Gemini, let's see what we got for you coming into 2021. As I shuffle, just visualize what you see for yourself coming into 2021, what your intentions are, and just overall what you envision for 2021. Imagine that as I shuffle and that energy going into the deck. So, what a year 2021, what a year 2020 was. Honestly, I know it was a very intense one for a lot of us. So it's going to be interesting to see what 2020 brings energetically. So I'm going to do a 12 card spread, 12 cards for the 12 months in the year. I'm going to start laying these down. I'm also going to use an oracle deck as well that I'll be pulling out a little later to do after the tarot. So I just thought I would share that. All right, Gemini, let's get started. So I'm going to do it like a storyline. Basically going to start from the top row and then work my way to the bottom row, kind of just like going from first quarter to second quarter. So we'll start, and then I'll show these cards as I go, talking about each one. So we got the Six of Cups in the upright, the Nine of Swords in the reverse, the Hierophant in the reversed, the Strength card in the reversed, ooh, the Ace of Cups in the upright, okay, and the King of Cups in the reversed. All right, Gemini, seems like you got some things going on here. So I'm going to start over here. So we have this Six of Cups. So you could be going into the new year, and this can go multiple ways. You could be coming into the new year just because, you know, when people start the new year, they get together with their friends, their close loved ones, they create really fun memories. So maybe during this time, starting off the new year, you're making valuable, precious memories with the people around you that you really love, whether it's a partner, whether it's friends of yours, whether it's family, or all of the above. You're spending a lot of time with these people that you're close with during the beginning of the year to make very fun, like I said, special, positive memories with these people. You might also be feeling very nostalgic, which is normal to feel going into the new year. You could be like reflecting and reminiscing over 2020 or the years prior from 2020, just thinking about the past, everything you went through that led up to this point in time. So you might just be walking down memory lane and thinking of memories of the past and cherishing them, just having those feelings of nostalgia. And like I said, when you go into the new year, it's very normal for people to just want to sit and reflect over all the memories they created over the year prior, or even to the years prior before that. So you might just be in this energy of really thinking a lot about your memories from your past, and how those affected you growing up. You also might have somebody from your past returning to reconnect with you in January, in the beginning of the new year. This could be a past lover, it could be a past friend, a family member you haven't heard from in a while. Either way, someone you're very close to who you've made a lot of special memories with is coming back from your past for some of you Geminis out there. And you're going to reconnect with this person. With this Nine of Swords in the reversed, I kind of want to reflect over that one. You're going to be reaching a lot of I feel like mentally you're going to be reaching a lot of places of realization. Maybe from this person coming back up in your past, they're bringing back like memories, and like you're reaching places of revelations of just like recovering memories and thoughts about things you went through with this person. It's just conjuring up a lot of feelings and thoughts in you. And it's kind of changing your perspective a little bit and how you're perceiving this situation or this person from your past. You might just be trying to recover mentally from maybe what you went through with this person, because when this card is in the upright, it's like being worried, dealing with a lot of anxiety and depression, people judging you, like just being in a really toxic mental space. But in the reverse, it's like you're becoming aware and you're realizing a lot of things and learning from situations and people, through your thoughts and through your perspective and perceptions of your situations. So you might just be becoming more aware of some of your relationships and how they've impacted you. And you might just be becoming more aware of yourself too, Gemini, in regards to just like your own behavior and the things you've done in your past. Because it's also normal to reflect over the things you've done in your past with other people. I just say that too because then we have this Hierophant in the reverse that talks about like corrupt behavior, doing things that are not wise for us to do, like in regards to like making mistakes or just doing things that like normally would not be approved, like by a person in a higher position, you know, like this is like rebellion or being like a hypocrite, being disobedient. Like it's like as if you're not listening to your father, you know, you're being disobedient, you're not following the rules. Maybe there was something with this person in your past who was disobedient to you or did you wrong, and you're trying to recover mentally and the relationship from all of that damage. It could also just be that you were acting out and being disobedient and doing and rebelling and doing things that were considered like corrupt and things you know are not wise for you to be doing. You might have just been being a hypocrite yourself and doing some of these things to people around you or to this particular person from your past. And I just say that because even with it, I get the feeling it's you because we also have this Strength card in the reverse. Now, like I said, it's not going to resonate for all Gemini, so take what resonates. But I think for some of you Geminis, you might be going into this new year in this type of energy that's a little unbalanced. You might be working more through your ego during this time than you are through your higher self, just because this is like meant to represent, like the Hierophant is like a priest. So like when it's in the reverse, it's like doing things that are not holy, not being connected to your spiritual self, your higher self, not being connected to your spirituality, not being connected to the stronger version of you, like the lion. Because obviously when this is in the upright, like this woman, like she's in her strength, she's in her power, she's connected to her spiritual higher self. But when it's in the reversed, it's like being in your ego, being connected to the lower vibrational version of yourself and doing things that are considered questionable and just, you know, morally not right. Like there just might be some things you're doing in your behavior or how you're treating certain people or situations that are just not like healthy. And it's starting to show like you kind of doing things just for what your ego's telling you to do, to just maybe get what you want, or I don't know, like, because when I see the Strength card in the reverse, that's like us working through our weaknesses, like doing things that are like not coming through our higher, stronger version of ourselves. It's like the version of ourselves that is like prideful, you know, and the version of ourselves that also carries a lot of anger and rage. Now, for some of you Geminis, you might just be dealing with, besides maybe, because I think it goes both ways. I think for some of you, you've been acting out and haven't been acting in your higher version of yourself during the first part of this year, and you're in this lower vibrational energy with being in your ego. And maybe like having feelings of anger about maybe certain situations you've had to deal with. But it can also be people around you that are carrying this energy, people who might be betraying you or acting out of line. And these are also people living in their ego. And, these are people who are angry, and who struggle with their pride, and with their anger. And they struggle with, treating you in ways that are fair, because some of these people just are corrupt. They just do things that are just not right and are totally not acceptable. And these are people, like I said, that live in their ego. So like I said, it can go both ways. It could be people around you acting like this and bringing this energy into your space. But I kind of get the feeling it's talking about you, Gemini, not to bring you down, but we all go through moments where we detach from our higher self and we get pulled into our ego self and start to do things that are just questionable, things that are just that we know, if like a person higher up saw us do, like God or whoever you want to call it, a priest, whatever, like I'm just using the Hierophant, that wouldn't be acceptable. Like we would get judged, or we would get lectured if people knew some of the things we do behind closed doors when we're living through our ego self. So if there are things you're doing that are just not, that are very disobedient and are just not connected to your spiritual self, you have to find a way to reconnect with that lioness within you, your strength, your power. And not live through giving your power away so easily, or living through these weaker energies. Because when you're living in your ego, you're not living through your strength. So, and you're not being in your power in that sense. It's almost like you give your power away when your ego dictates what you do. So just be really mindful of that, Gemini. And then, like I said, be mindful of people around you who carry this kind of energy, because you just don't want to get pulled into that type of energy. And then moving on to this Ace of Cups, it looks like you're going to be having new love. So like, that's good. I know this was a bit intense over here, but maybe you're going to have this new love, whether it's with this person from your past that's coming back, or it's just someone literally completely new that you're starting fresh with and starting a new beginning with. You have a lot of feelings for this person. There's a lot of love there to offer. And this person has a cup of love they want to offer you. So for some of you single Geminis out there, you might be starting a new relationship this year. For you coupled Geminis, I think you're just leveling up your relationship and investing more energy into it and becoming more committed to it, and like offering more love and pouring more love into your cup of devotion as a couple with each other. So yeah, it looks like you're really going to be putting a lot of energy in the areas of love and giving love, receiving love, and having a new relationship, or committing more deeply to a relationship you're already involved in. So that's looking good. And you might also be giving a lot more love to yourself too during this time. But yeah, a lot just about somebody new or new love coming in. With this King of Cups reversed, I'm like wondering if this new lover is gonna be like a water sign. Your new lover or a person you're already with might be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Besides that, you also might be feeling moody. I'm kind of confused by this, because it's like you have this Ace of Cups right here, and then there's this reversed King of Cups. Like, this would make more sense if the King of Cups was in the upright, but he's in the reverse. And that's usually someone who represses their emotions, who's unbalanced emotionally, who, is very moody. Because when the King of Cups is in the reversed, he can't have control over his emotions. And because of that, he comes off as very moody. and a little negative in his emotions when he's like this. And this person can be, when they're moody, very abusive, and just very intolerant, like not very patient. So I don't know, maybe this new relationship might cause you to feel a little moody. You might not tolerate certain things this person does very easily. Maybe because you have really high standards, or again, like living in your ego, you have all these expectations of this person that you expect them to meet. Because I know as Geminis, you guys do tend to have really high standards, especially in love. So when people, if there's moments where people aren't meeting those expectations, you can get really moody and like rude and like, when I say abusive, it's just you being in your energy of just like, when someone's moody, they're just like, ugh, like get away from me, or like they'll say things that can come off as very hurtful, which can be abusive to the other person you're dealing with, and they just don't tolerate as much stuff emotionally when they're dealing with challenges in a relationship. So it can go that way. It could also just be that this person you're dealing with is just a very moody person, and you're trying to work around like their moodiness, their struggle emotionally, their issues within themselves with their emotions, and having a lack of control over them. This person might also not be able to contain themselves when it comes to you and contain their emotions. Like maybe their emotions go all over the place when it comes to you, or vice versa. And I'm getting like multiple messages regarding this, but just watch out for feelings of moodiness and snapping out on people emotionally, or like not being patient with people around you. Because that too can sour your relationships, and you just, like they say, don't be a sourpuss. But yeah, this person also might be very dependent on you. This new lover, or this person you're already with, could be a little needy and depend on you for a lot of things, emotionally or in other areas. So, that's another thing that could be coming up right there. Yeah, I don't know. This card's a little vague for me, so I feel like that's the best I can get to. I think I want to move to the second quarter, and then I can kind of have a better idea of what's happening up here. So we have the King of Wands in the upright. We have Justice in the upright. Okay. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, it looks like the energy is shifting. And that's in the upright. Ace of Pentacles in the upright. Okay. The Fool in the upright. All right. And the King of Swords in the reversed. Huh. We got two reversed kings right here. Interesting. Yeah, maybe it is like a male you're dealing with. So, well, I'm just going to start with this King of Wands. So I think like, regardless of this other stuff you've had to go through during the first quarter of the year, I think you're going to finally turn your energy around. Like maybe the year's just going to start off a little negative for you, or just a little like, besides this new love, it might just start off a little heavy, regarding just dealing with challenges, mistakes, lower vibrations, just, and maybe people that are in these energies. But then it's going to turn around, and you're going to step into your higher self, like being like this King of Wands, being a leader, being in your power, being an influencer of the people around you, and showing them, how to be like a better version of themselves. You have a lot of leadership skills, Gemini, and you're going to really be tapping into those especially during the second quarter of the year. You're also someone who people highly respect during this time, especially from everything you're doing in your actions and in your work, and how you influence and show people, like, how you go about doing your business. People look up to you in this way, and they admire you for what you do whether it's what you do in your work, or just what you do in your day-to-day life. People look up to you for just like the qualities and the accomplishments you have made. Also, this King of Wands could also, like I said, be this person that you're also going to be dealing with, who does come off as a leader, whether it's a man. This is for a fire sign, so Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. this could also be, you could also be talking to a fire sign as well. Water or fire, but there's also air here too. Yeah, so you could also be connecting with people who also carry these qualities of being leaders, of being creative, people who stand in their power strongly. These are people who could also be influencing you as well, Gemini, in ways that are going to help you in your growth. And then, like I said, vice versa, you help people in their growth by being a leader and an example for them, and that influences people and inspires them. With this justice, this is talking about things playing in your favor and the scales being put back in balance, and things like you getting treated fairly and you getting what you want. So maybe whatever like issues you might be dealing with in the first like half of the year, it's going to be set straight, it's going to be set right, you're going to be brought back into balance, and maybe the situations around you are going to be put back into balance in your favor. And it's going to play out fairly for you in this way, and you will get your justice maybe in areas where people were corrupt, because like I said, going back to this Hierophant in the reverse, there could have been people who were disobedient to you, who were not loyal, who backstabbed you, hurt you, who did you wrong, and you're going to get justice later on in the year, and have things set right for what these people did to you, or what this person did to you. So just know for your, for you Geminis out there who have been hurt and betrayed and backstabbed by somebody close to you or somebody you knew or multiple people, just know this is going to be set right for you in the year later on. And things will play out right for you in your favor, and you'll get your justice in those situations. So that's always really assuring, because then with the Wheel of Fortune right next to that, that's like luck being on your side, things going your way, going, like I said, in your favor, and going in the right direction. And you might have good fortune and money coming your way again, because we have this Ace of Pentacles. So I do see a lot of money coming in for you. That's like fortune and wealth, whether through like a job opportunity, or maybe you run your own business and things are starting to pick up in that area and you're starting to see a lot of progress and a lot of money flowing in from it. Because again, you're in this good flow kind of energy coming in with the Wheel of Fortune. That's just like luck is completely on your side with whatever projects or things that you're working on, that you're devoting a lot of energy into. Those things are going to really work out and change for the better. And karma's going to be on your side in this way. Like, you're destined to receive these blessings, especially in regards to money. It just seems like a lot of money is going to be coming in for you during the second half of the year. So that's really good. Especially just like this prosperity is going to help you feel stable in your situation and create a new beginning for you in living through this abundance. And because of this, it's going to create, like I said, here's the new beginning, the Fool. You're, from maybe after all this money you make, you're going to want to travel or explore or do something different, like invest your money and go, like, you know what I mean? Like when someone makes a shit ton of money, they want to like take that money and do something with it. So you might want to take your money and go off on a trip. Maybe because we've been in this pandemic, you've been at home in quarantine and you haven't been able to go out and travel, and you miss traveling. So for some of you who are travelers out there, you might make a lot of money. Well, it looks like you will make a lot of money the second half of the year, and then you're going to take that money and go travel with it, and have a new beginning. And if you're not traveling, you're just exploring new areas of your life in this change, in this new beginning you're having, and you're really excited about exploring, you know, the new environment that you're going to be, you know, traveling in, or like, I don't know, I was just like saying, like the new environment you plan to explore, and it's new territory is really what I'm trying to say. You're taking the opportunity to explore new unknown places and territories that you have never connected to before. And that's kind of why I get that some of you are actually going to physically travel somewhere and go somewhere new and just explore. You're in this exploratory energy. And like I said, if you're not traveling, it's just you're exploring new areas of your life, and it's exciting, and you're connecting to being more in tune with, you know, reaching for your potential, and, you know, diving deeper into your potential and the things you offer, and taking the opportunity to explore those things more, and be adventurous in those ways. So regardless, you're going to have changes coming, big changes, new beginnings, and these are all going to be really good for you, especially in the financial department with your work. But then ending off with this year, this is again, like, that's why I'm kind of getting weirded out. This King of Swords in the reverse. So it's just like, it's bringing me back to this King of Cups in reversed. It was like the same thing. Like, you had these good things, and then there was this cold energy. So, like, I don't know. Maybe for some of you Geminis, your success and your money is getting to your head in a way where it's because money can sometimes make people change. It can make people act cold. It can make people act dominant, like dominate others. It can make people abusive. And I'm not trying to project negativity onto you, Gemini, because again, this could be someone you're dealing with. It can really go both ways. So again, take what resonates. But being cruel, being abusive, being manipulative, usually people in power who have a lot of money can be in this energy. This is not for all you Geminis. This is a message for some of you Geminis that you might just let your money and your success get to your head in a way where you start acting very cruel and cold and abusive and very manipulative to the people around you, to kind of carry your power and your dominance, but in a way that's like, again, like through your ego. So for you Geminis out there that are resonating with this, you need to find a way to not let your money or your success or whatever you create and what you do cause you to become disconnected in this colder version of yourself and your ego, because you just don't want your success to change you in ways that are negative. You want to be somebody who treats people fairly, the way you want to be treated, treats people as equals, even if those people don't make as much money as you or not as successful. Just not acting as if you're superior and you're above those people just because like you've had so much progress with your work and your money and you're stable, whereas others you might like connect with are not in that energy. So you might like come off as very dominant, and this might hurt the people around you, that might make them feel insecure that you're doing way better than they are and they're struggling to maybe, make money or like have a good flow with their money. That's for some of you out there. So just please be mindful of that. Like, don't let your money taint you and poison you into becoming like a cruel person to the people around you. Don't dominate people. Don't act superior. Again, like treat people the way you want to be treated. But for other Geminis, again, it's really just you need to watch out for people around you too that are in this energy that are cruel, because some people might be jealous of you, Gemini. They might be jealous of the success of all the good things you have going for you with luck being on your side. And some of these people might be so jealous that, they start treating you differently. They start acting more cold to you and dominating you and manipulating you to get certain things out of you, whether it's money or just attention or whatever. Especially if this is a man. For you couple Geminis, your partner just might be envious of everything you've accomplished that they haven't. And this makes that person want to dominate you and manipulate you and try to control you, especially if it's a male. You might be dealing with a male that's doing this to you. Just because I had this King of Cups in the reverse and it's right above this other king. So I think for some of you, there might be a male in your life, whether an air sign, a water sign, or fire sign, who's in this energy, who's very much, I don't know, just a very controlling, possessive, jealous man. If he doesn't get his way or if he's not doing better than you and he sees you doing better than him, that doesn't sit well with him. Like, he's the type of guy that's like, no, I have to be the one I have to be the one in power. I have to be the dominant figure. I have to be the one in control. I have to be the one who's making the most money. Because that's how some men work. Some men, not all men, money is like their love language, or like it's what gives them confidence. So like their careers are what give them an identity. And if they're not doing well in that area, they feel weak. They don't feel like the man they want to be. They don't feel like a man. So if they see like their partner being like the man, you know, making all the money, having a solid career when they don't, that puts them in this energy of like resentment and just wanting to manipulate and control, um, and just take others down around them just because they don't have what they want and they want to have those things. So I don't know, just watch out for a male who is abusing you for what you have when it comes to like your career and your money. Um, there just might be a man out there who just is envious of what you have and he could be very hurtful to you. I just don't like this energy. If you're a female Gemini, you need to be really careful about this male. Um, this is like, I'm just getting, this is not for all Geminis, but for maybe a select few, you might be with a male who could be physically abusive. And with this Fool, maybe this is also talking about you need to get away from this person and have a new beginning and move away from this person. I think some of you are in an actual physical abusive relationship. I don't think that's for a lot of you. I think that's a very small number of you. I'm just getting physically abusive, like this guy will put his hands on you, abusive because of his control issues, his anger issues. Oh God. If this resonates for some of you Geminis, like if you're in a abusive relationship with an abusive partner who you offer a lot of love to and who you take care of, you need to get out of that relationship. You need to be like the Fool. You need to start a new beginning. You need to get away, like travel away from this person and move, like physically move away from this person to whether it's like a new state. You might move to a new state or just move to a new town, a new home. Some of you just really need to do everything in your power to take your money and get away from this person because this person will hurt you, or worse. I hate saying that because that just, I'm just getting a really heavy energy looking at these like two King of Cup, King cards that were in the reverse and they're right above each other. So, yeah, that's not going to resonate for a lot of you, but I think that is a message for some of you out there. So please take the message and get away from this person. And it doesn't have to just be a male either. It can be a female as well, but it just, you know, these are male masculine energies coming through. Yeah. So Gemini, be careful. Watch out for the people who are very close to you because, again, like this jealousy could sabotage some relationships. This is just like, and this disobedient behavior. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just keep getting stuck on that because I just, whether it's you, Gemini, or it's a partner or someone close to you who's doing this, you just need to be really careful. But take the advice, get away from any of these people that are in this energy because you don't want these people to hurt you more than they might have plans to. Yeah. And same thing, if it's you, you just need to flip that energy around. I don't want to ramble because like I've already been on here for like 33 minutes, but I just can't help but stay stuck on that since it's the very last card. But yeah, I think it just makes sense. Get away if, you know, start a new beginning, change, move somewhere if you're dealing with a person like this, and vice versa. If you're the one being like this, you just need to be really mindful and check yourself, and flip your energy back into a balanced place when you get in these moody and cruel, cold aspects of yourself. So yeah, I'm just gonna pull an oracle at this point because I'm not getting anything else coming through besides that. So we'll wrap this up and see what your advice and your lesson is for you for 2021 with my Whispers of Healing oracle. What is Gemini's advice and lesson? Okay, we're just gonna take one. So I'm gonna do receive healing. Okay, hold on, I'll show you guys the card real quick. So this card, receive healing. I'll read it to you guys. The first and most important step for healing is being able to recognize you need it. When you're asked about your health, you discount what is going on by stating you are fine. You're being asked to acknowledge your need for healing. Whether your wounds are physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, you may need the support of someone who can help you face your concerns. Take a moment to reflect on what is going on for you. This card is asking you to accept some extra support. It is letting you know that you don't need to do this alone. Professional advice will help you get the best information. Trust that you'll find the support that best suit your needs. This card features an angel holding a caddis. The caddis indicates the beginning of a healing process. The snakes on the caddis twist around each other to highlight the importance of increasing your knowledge and broadening your outlook. The angel's wings may signify soaring forwards or be encouraging to allow a positive outcome to come forth. The angel's wings can also refer to your guardian angels or indicate angels may be showing up in your life. The presence of the angel means you will not be on this journey alone. Her rainbow-colored wings indicate there are new opportunities ahead. Rainbows can also represent the connection to your higher power. If a specific shade of the rainbow catches your eye, pay attention to the corresponding chakra. I think honestly that is so on point. And I say that because after what I just said to you, Gemini, about an abusive relationship, and again, whether it's you doing this, like causing this abuse, or you're the one being abused, I think it's both ways, honestly. I think it's going to resonate both ways for some of you. For those of you who are the ones being abused, this is literally telling you, you do not need to go through this alone, especially if you're a woman, because this is a woman in this card. And you can be a male too. It doesn't just have to be a woman. But if you are a female or male, and especially I'm focusing on a female just because that's kind of what's coming through right now, in a relationship where you have been getting physically abused, or emotionally abused, or mentally abused, or all of the above, you do not need to go through this alone. I know it's easy for us women, to suppress when we're in an abusive relationship and be afraid to reach out to somebody and tell them, like, I'm going through this, he's doing this to me, like, he's hitting me, or you know what I mean, whatever it is that this person could be doing you, or she could be doing this to you. It doesn't just have to be a male. You cannot, like, your angels are really urging you to focus on your healing, and by doing that is by reaching out and connecting with somebody who can support you and who can help you in this really tricky situation you've had to deal with that's caused you a lot of wounds and suffering and trauma. And it's really time for you to heal from this trauma, but the only way for you to start your healing process is to get away from the people or this person who is causing these wounds and pain and suffering for you, like the person who's causing the trauma, who's inflicting it. You want to be like the fool and get away, go somewhere new, start fresh, make major changes, start a new beginning, be single, because you might just be single at the end of the year. Whether this is someone you've been coupled with for a long time or it's someone completely new because of this new love, if it's the new person who you're coming to learn is very abusive, I don't care who it is, like coupled or not, you need to get away from that situation and you need to reach out to the people around you, because they're there to help you. You're meant to have a support system during this time, and you're not meant to go through this process alone. Because too many women and men go through this alone when they're being abused. They're just too afraid to talk to people and tell them what's actually going on because they're afraid of what their partner might do or what will happen. They're afraid of the consequences. So just know your angels are here to protect you. You are protected, and do not be afraid to reach out, because your angels will make sure that you're guarded and protected throughout the whole process, and that you will get what you need in regards to healing once you start these steps. And vice versa. If you've been the abuser and hurting people around you, then it's time for you to step back from that energy and for you to focus on receiving your healing and healing yourself from, being this unbalanced, egotistical version of yourself. It's time to disconnect from that and start to work on your healing. Your angels are really wanting you to do that. But they, again, even if you're the abuser too, you're still not meant to go through it alone. You're meant to reach out and work with people around you who can help you, whether it's going to a therapist, whether it's reaching out to a friend or a family member. whether it's getting professional help, however healing looks for you, just do everything in your power to put your energy and time into that and reaching out. So yeah, other than that, Gemini, that is all I have for you. So I hope you have a blessed new year. If you wish to book a personal reading with me, you can go to my description link box below under Mystic Yasmin, and I have all my information down there. Other than that, Gemini, I'm going to let you go, and I hope you have a blessed day. And until next time, bye.